Hello and welcome to the Pleasure Academy. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of touch and how science proves it can increase pleasure. Stay tuned as we explore research-backed methods that can transform the way you experience connection. 1. The science of touch. Touch isn't just physical, it's neurological. When skin is stimulated, it activates receptors that send signals directly to the brain's pleasure and reward centers. Researchers have discovered specialized nerve fibers called C-tactile afferents, designed to respond to gentle, slow touch. These fibers link directly to brain areas connected with emotion and bonding. That's why certain kinds of touch feel more emotionally rewarding than others. Touch doesn't just give comfort, it regulates stress, boosts oxytocin, and strengthens relationships. Understanding this science is key to unlocking why certain touches feel good, while others don't. In this video, we'll break down specific techniques, all supported by research, that can enhance physical and emotional pleasure in simple yet powerful ways. Ready to learn how science can transform the art of touch? 2. Slow, gentle stroking. One of the most powerful ways to enhance pleasure through touch is simple, slow stroking. Studies show that stroking skin at about 3 to 5 centimeters per second activates C-tactile fibers, which are directly linked to pleasurable sensations. This isn't just random, it's the exact speed that our nervous system interprets as soothing and rewarding. Imagine running your hand softly along someone's arm, not too fast, not too firm, just enough to let the nerve endings respond. The brain interprets this as comfort, intimacy, and even joy. The beauty of slow stroking is that it works universally, across different cultures and ages, because it's hardwired into human biology. Think of it as nature's built-in mechanism for bonding and closeness. It's not just touch, it's touch backed by science designed to maximize connection and pleasure. 3. Mixing light and firm pressure. Not all touch should feel the same. Our skin is loaded with different receptors that respond to various kinds of stimulation. Some are tuned to light brushing, while others respond best to firm pressure. Mixing these creates a multi-layered sensory experience. Imagine alternating between a soft graze of fingertips and a deeper, grounding press of the palm. Research shows that switching pressures prevents the nervous system from becoming desensitized and keeps sensations novel. This variation enhances pleasure because the brain loves contrast. It's constantly looking for something new. That's why massages that alternate pressures feel more satisfying than a single repetitive movement. By consciously blending light touches with firmer ones, you activate a wider network of receptors, making touch more exciting and rewarding. Science suggests variety is the secret to keeping pleasure alive in every touch. 4. Warmth and skin-to-skin contact. Temperature plays a major role in how we experience touch. Warm skin-to-skin contact doesn't just feel good, it actually boosts the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is associated with trust, connection, and even reduced stress levels. When two people touch, warmth signals safety to the brain, making the entire experience more pleasurable. Research shows that warm touch can lower blood pressure, ease tension, and increase feelings of closeness. This is why holding hands, hugging, or lying close feels so comforting. Skin-to-skin warmth also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body relax and enhances intimacy. The takeaway? Pleasure is not just about movement, it's also about temperature. Next time you touch, focus on warmth and closeness. Your body, brain, and emotions will respond with a deeper sense of connection. 5. Teasing and anticipation. Pleasure isn't always about immediate satisfaction. Anticipation can be just as powerful, sometimes even more. Science shows that the brain's reward system lights up when it expects pleasure, not only when it receives it. That means teasing touch, hovering near sensitive areas without fully engaging, can build excitement and make eventual contact feel more intense. Think of it as training the brain to crave the next move. Gentle brushing near the neck, grazing fingertips along the inner arm, or pausing just before reaching a sensitive spot all trigger the brain's anticipation circuits. This buildup activates dopamine, the neurotransmitter linked with desire and motivation. By slowing down and teasing, you're not withholding pleasure, you're amplifying it. Anticipation turns simple touch into an experience the brain remembers and craves, making it one of the most effective science-backed techniques. 6. Rhythm and synchrony. Humans are naturally drawn to rhythm. It's why music feels so powerful. The same principle applies to touch. Studies reveal that rhythmic, synchronized touch creates a sense of harmony and safety. When touch follows a consistent rhythm, like a massage in sync with breathing, the brain interprets it as predictable and calming, which enhances pleasure. Synchrony also fosters connection. Touch that mirrors a partner's breathing or heartbeat strengthens emotional bonding by aligning physiological rhythms. This is more than just soothing, it's neurobiological bonding in action. That's why rocking a baby to sleep or giving a rhythmic massage feels deeply satisfying. The body and brain thrive on patterns. By using rhythm and touch, you transform it from random movements into a science-backed tool for deeper connection, pleasure, and relaxation. 7. Exploring textures and sensations. The skin is the body's largest sensory organ, packed with millions of receptors that detect texture, temperature, and vibration. Exploring different sensations activates a wider range of these receptors, which increases pleasure. Science shows that novelty keeps the brain engaged, so changing the type of touch matters. Try running fingertips lightly, then switching to nails, or using lips, hair, or even a soft fabric. Each texture excites a different sensory pathway, preventing monotony and enhancing stimulation. Researchers have found that varied tactile input increases dopamine activity in the brain's reward system, making the experience feel more exciting. That's why people often describe new sensations as more pleasurable than repetitive ones. The message is simple: experiment with touch. The more textures and sensations you explore, the richer and more pleasurable the experience becomes. 8. The power of mindful touch. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, and when applied to touch, it changes everything. Research shows that mindful touch, where you focus completely on sensations without distraction, heightens pleasure and emotional connection. Instead of rushing, slow down and notice the texture of skin, the warmth, and the rhythm of breathing. This intentional focus engages the brain's sensory and emotional circuits more deeply, making touch feel richer and more meaningful. Mindful touch also reduces stress by lowering cortisol and boosting endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. When both people are equally present, touch becomes not just physical but a form of silent communication. In other words, pleasure multiplies when attention is undivided. Science confirms what many already sense. When you bring your full awareness to touch, the experience becomes extraordinary. 9. Indirect erogenous zone stimulation. Science shows that pleasure often increases when sensitive areas are stimulated indirectly rather than directly. Erogenous zones like the neck, ears, inner thighs, and lower back are rich in nerve endings that respond strongly to light, teasing touches. Direct contact can sometimes overwhelm the nervous system, while indirect stimulation heightens sensitivity and builds anticipation. Research indicates that these areas are wired to create strong emotional and physical responses because of their dense nerve networks. For example, gently brushing the side of the neck or tracing along the inner thigh activates both tactile and emotional pathways in the brain. The result is more than just physical pleasure. It's an entire sensory experience. By focusing on indirect erogenous zones, touch becomes more surprising, engaging, and rewarding. Science proves pleasure is amplified when you approach sensitive spots with creativity and patience. 10. Touch and emotional safety. Pleasure doesn't exist in isolation. It thrives on emotional safety. Neuroscience shows that the brain interprets safe, caring touch as rewarding, while touch under stress or fear reduces pleasure. When someone feels secure, their nervous system relaxes, allowing oxytocin and dopamine to flow freely. This is why affectionate touch, like a caring hug, can instantly calm stress and deepen connection. Creating emotional safety through clear communication and consent is essential for touch to reach its full pleasurable potential. Without safety, the body remains guarded and touch feels less satisfying. Researchers emphasize that context matters just as much as technique. The same touch can feel completely different depending on whether trust is present. To maximize pleasure, ensure that emotional and physical comfort go hand in hand. Pleasure becomes most powerful when the heart and mind feel safe. 11. How touch reduces stress. Touch isn't only about pleasure, it's also a natural stress reliever. Science shows that touch activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and helps the body relax. Gentle touch triggers the release of endorphins, the body's feel-good chemicals, which not only reduce pain but also enhance pleasure. Research also links affectionate touch with lower cortisol levels, meaning less stress. That's why massages, hugs, or simply holding hands feels so comforting after a tough day. The combination of reduced stress and increased relaxation makes the body more receptive to pleasure overall. In short, touch creates a feedback loop. The more relaxed you are, the more pleasurable touch feels, and the more pleasure you feel, the more relaxed you become. This science-backed cycle makes touch a powerful tool for both pleasure and well-being. 12. Touch and bonding hormones. One of the most fascinating aspects of touch is its link to hormones. Warm, affectionate touch stimulates the release of oxytocin, the love hormone. Oxytocin promotes trust, bonding, and intimacy, making every touch feel more meaningful. It also enhances dopamine activity, strengthening the brain's reward system. Together, these chemicals create feelings of closeness and happiness. Research shows that couples who engage in frequent affectionate touch have higher relationship satisfaction and reduced stress. But it doesn't just apply to couples. Family touch, friendly hugs, or even self-touch like soothing strokes can trigger these hormonal benefits. The science is clear. Touch is more than skin deep. It reshapes the brain's chemistry to build stronger emotional connections and increase pleasure. Every touch becomes not only a physical act but also a hormonal exchange that strengthens bonds. 13. Practical tips for everyday touch. Applying science-backed touch doesn't have to be complicated. Start small with everyday gestures. Hold hands while walking, give a gentle shoulder rub after work, or use slow stroking during conversations. Focus on variety. Switch between light and firm pressure. Experiment with rhythm, and don't forget the power of warmth. Pay attention to indirect zones like the neck or lower back for added stimulation. Most importantly, practice mindful presence. When you touch, give it your full attention. Even brief, intentional touch can trigger oxytocin release and boost pleasure. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Over time, these small actions build deeper intimacy and stronger connections. Science proves that touch, when used thoughtfully, can transform relationships, reduce stress, and amplify joy in daily life. Pleasure becomes not just an experience but a lifestyle practice. We've explored how science-backed touch can transform everyday moments into powerful experiences of pleasure and connection. From slow stroking and rhythmic patterns to mindful presence and emotional safety, touch isn't random. It's deeply rooted in biology and psychology. The research is clear. Pleasure thrives when touch is intentional, varied, and connected to trust. Whether you're focusing on stress relief, bonding, or simply enjoying the moment, these techniques can elevate your experiences. Remember, pleasure is not just about the body, it's about the mind and emotions too. By understanding the science of touch, you can create richer, more fulfilling connections. Thanks for watching the Pleasure Academy. If you enjoyed learning the science of touch, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Stay tuned for more research-based insights on pleasure, connection, and well-being. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected.